obviously nobody believes that the judicial system in Russia is actually independent. So it happened obviously in the context of this Russian hacker that was extradited by Israel to the United States, and Putin was hoping to use that as a pressure point on Israel not to extradite him to the U.S. The Israeli government made the decision it made was this hacker, and so obviously now unfortunately the release of Navon is less likely, but obviously Netanyahu and the rest of his government are putting a lot of efforts to try and release her anyways. And of course, this comes in the context, of course, also of the the upcoming visit of Vladimir Putin in Israel in January.
Now, the case of the hacker here, I mean, did it really just come down to whose pressure came with greater weight, the United States or Russia here? Was it a tough sort of catch-22 for the Israeli government in this situation?
Basically, yes. I mean, the U.S. really wanted this hacker to be extradited to the United States from Israel.
Alleged to be hacking into elections in the United States, I think, was sort of what he was connected to, or at least allegedly.
That's what he was accused of, and also of theft, also online. But yes, as you said, for Israel, it was really a catch-22. And obviously, the moment Israel signed the order to extradite this hacker to the United States, that obviously made it much harder to put pressure on Vladimir Putin and free Nechama Issachar. It was a catch-22, but I do think that at the end of the day, the Israeli government cannot afford to let her in jail, because this obviously is this sentence is completely is cruel and unacceptable. I mean, 8 years in jail for the small offense. But in the background, you also have contacts and discussions between Israel and Russia that are not only about the specific issue of the hacker of Navon, but of course of all the diplomatic issues that have to do with Russia, with Syria, and the talks between the two countries regarding Syria, and clashes of interest between the two countries in the Middle East. So there are more at stake than the question of Navon and the Russian hacker.